That's right, bitches!
Oh boy, oh boy.
No, I'm going to kill you.
Seems like you're not really into this.
Oh, I am. Cash is easy to get.
Haunted by yourself.
Good evening, everybody.
So we're here sipping on vodka martinis.
That Kyle has made. For
I've
the
also
three of
never,
us.
I've never had a martini before, or if I had, I don't remember it. So I'm not entirely sure how they're supposed to taste, but there's only 2 ingredients, so I can't have fucked up that badly.
I'm gonna tell you, it kind of tastes off. Doesn't taste good.
Well, once again, there's only 2 ingredients, John.
I don't necessarily like it, but I can't tell if it's a good martini or not because I've never had.
Yeah,
this is the
that's
only
what I'm.
martini
That's what I'm
I've
saying.
ever had.
Is like I don't know if I messed up on it or not.
The olives themselves are good.
That might be. I think it's growing on me each time I sip it. So I think once the olives
I was
sit
about to
in
say
it,
the second sip was better than the first sip.
I think you need to let the olives sit in it a little so it can absorb some of the flavor from it. That's why dirty martinis are popular. For those who don't know, some of the things I learned while working at a bar is that a dirty martini is made with olive juice.
Not olive
vermouth.
oil.
Not vermouth. Not olive oil.
I made that mistake.
So for all of you who have been putting olive oil in your martinis all these years,
You've been doing it wrong.
Completely wrong.
You'll notice that the
you
oil,
probably
the
weigh
olive
350
oil,
pounds.
the olive oil will probably float to the top. So
it
don't.
doesn't mix well.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like the experiment you see in like chemistry class.
Yes.
Just like olive oil and vinegar.
And so I also want to specify that this one is stirred because a proper cocktail should always be stirred, as I also learned while working at a bar. That's why in the James Bond world, when he says shaken, not stirred, it's because he's specifying that he wants it shaken, because otherwise the bartender will just stir it.
Do a lot of people order martinis at the
A fair
bar?
amount. A fair amount. Like sometimes, like we don't go through that many martini glasses, but like, occasionally you'll get like some asshole who just wants to order 10 martinis.
He wants to be that guy.
Yeah, he wants to be that guy. Also, the classic martini is made with gin,
Right.
not vodka.
I think I had it with gin once and I didn't like it. And, like this is my first martini in years. So, well,
I just don't like gin.
yeah.
It's not my favorite at all.
Not a gin and juice fan.
Nah, I mean, I had gin and pineapple juice when I was in high school, and I like pineapple juice on its own, but the gin just made it awful.
I'm going to be honest. I personally love gin as like a cocktail alcohol. I think gin mixes great. It has like a nice juniper pine flavor
That's what it's made for.
that like stands out.
Yeah.
I think that mixes better than vodka, my personal opinion, which while people say it's flavorless, therefore it's the best, not necessarily. I think it makes everything taste like shit.
Yeah.
It's like there's no distinct flavor other than shit. It tastes bad.
For me, like, the worst drink is a gin and tonic. Like, that's
Are you
disgusting.
kidding? Gin and tonics are so refreshing.
Really?
I love gin and tonics.
I mean, I really like seltzer water, but I just hate gin, so I don't know.
I mean, I like seltzer, but, like, it's...
Tonic water is not seltzer.
I know, tonic water is just, ugh, I don't know. Just have water. You want to put something, I don't know. Yeah, go with
You
juice.
can't get drunk
Go
with just water.
Right. Right.
Are you saying gin and water?
Yeah, I mean, it's... I don't know.
I know. I think gin and tonics are really refreshing.
Yeah.
I think it's a great cocktail.
Good for you.
Personally, my cocktail of choice is a Jameson and ginger.
Nice.
Which, I mean, I love bourbon. That's my liquor of choice. Jameson, while not, the best bourbon, it's pretty good.
Jameson's an Irish whiskey. It's not a bourbon at all.
No, it's a bourbon.
Jameson?
Yeah, it says bourbon on the bottle.
Jameson is Irish whiskey. It's from Ireland. Bourbon is from Kentucky.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Bourbon
Doesn't
is
matter.
aged whiskey.
Yeah. It's from Bourbon, Kentucky. That's why it's called bourbon.
Yes.
Oh, really?
You
Yeah.
should have said
Learn
Evan
something new every
Williams.
day. But
A bottle of Evan Williams is right in front of your face.
Yeah,
You
see,
should have just said
Kentucky
Evan
straight,
Williams.
Kentucky straight bourbon.
whatever. I like Jameson and Gingers. Whiskey is my alcohol of choice.
I have a different alcohol for different kind of things I want. Like gin is my favorite cocktail whiskey. I think it mixes whiskey. It's my favorite. Gin is my favorite.
Dumbass.
Now we've all done it.
Gin is my favorite cocktail liquor. I like mixing it. If I'm doing shots, I guess I like tequila. I think they generally go down the smoothest.
They get you drunker.
They do. They go down the smoothest as far as taking shots
Ooh,
go.
I feel the opposite.
Really?
I hate tequila. Every time I do it, I feel like I'm gonna get sick.
Makes your
Well,
clothes
I mean,
fall
you
off.
probably will get sick, but like I said, I think in comparison to like all other liquors, for me, tequila goes down the easiest when I'm doing shots. And then I like whiskey when I want to sip on an alcohol.
Yeah.
See, but that's my favorite. I just like drinking liquor straight up. If I'm just drinking, and bourbon is my favorite for that.
Yeah, I've recently developed a taste for scotch, though. I kind of like scotch now.
Johnny Walker.
I'm not a fan of Johnny Walker, but I like other
Like
the Glenlivet, Glenfiddich is really good. Yeah, the Macallan 15 and 18 are obviously very good. I just brought, when I was in Scotland, I got this liquor called Glenburgie, and you can only get it in Scotland or the UK. You can only get it in the UK, but that's very smooth. There's also a cheap scotch that I like called the Famous Grouse. You can recognize it because it has a turkey on the bottle. That's a very nice, smooth scotch. Problem with scotch is it makes you sleepy. So it's like the only time to drink it is by yourself.
Yeah, I can't drink liquor straight. I have to mix it with something.
I generally don't do
You get
that
used to
anymore.
Yeah.
I
You
said
get used to it.
I like whiskey when I do it straight, but I very rarely anymore drink it straight. Just sip on it.
If I'm
If
writing,
I'm gonna do that, I just drink beer.
if I'm writing,
Yeah, same. I go straight to beer if I want to chill.
If I want to chill and stuff, I generally just drink beer.
Well, yeah, if I want to chill, I'm gonna drink beer. But if I'm writing,
If I'm
I
writing,
drink
I drink.
whiskey.
If I'm writing, I drink coffee. That helps stimulate my mind a little better.
I drink water, the fine H2O while I'm writing, you know?
Keeps you hydrated.
Keeps my mind clear.
let me specify if it's at night and I'm writing, I drink whiskey. If it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm not just gonna start drinking just because.
Downing Evan Williams.
Because I'm trying to put pen to paper.
I only write when I'm drunk.
No, it's good.
I just watched Beer Fest,
Yeah, that's on Netflix, yeah.
and there's the one part where he talks about drunken memory, where it's like people get blackout drunk and they do something and then they forget it, but the next time they get blackout drunk, they can remember it perfectly. I want to believe that's a real scientific thing, but I doubt it's
Well,
true.
that's like in How High. They're just like, you study high, you take the test high, get high scores.
Yeah, exactly.
It is the exact same logic.
Nice.
On the subject of cocktails, when we were in college, we all invented a specific cocktail that we coined the Messie Jessie.
Right. Yes. I don't know who started.
I think it was
that.
me.
It was you?
It was me.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean,
thought
we
it was
were
someone
talking
else.
about it, but I definitely am the one who came up with the ingredients. I don't know if I was the one who decided to make it a cocktail, but I definitely invented the ingredients. I'm like 100% sure of that.
So what's in a Messie Jessie?
Okay, so we're here to debate the exact measurements and the proper way to make it. The ingredients we decided on were We said specifically Old Crow whiskey, although it could be, I guess, varied with any other type
Just
of cheap,
very cheap whiskey.
cheap American whiskey.
They could find the plastic bottles.
Yeah, cheap American whiskey. I guess it can go to Jim Beam or Evan Williams, or even if you want to feel
Anything in a
fancy.
plastic bottle.
If you want to feel
That's what
fancy, you can
yeah.
even go up to Jack Daniels. I'll say.
Oh, if you wanna spend some
I'll
money.
say if you want to spend money, it's possible to make a Messie Jessie with Jack
Honestly, though,
Daniels.
like the closer you are to a plastic bottle, the better.
It's more fitting. It's more fitting for the specifically Old Crow whiskey, but Jim Beam works as well.
Okay, so what's the mix? What are the mixers? Are there multiple mixers?
Oh yeah.
or-
Well, so there's
This is an
the
involved
whiskey,
cocktail.
the whiskey, mixed with pulpy orange juice.
Ooh.
It has to have extra pulp.
Extra pulp. Yeah.
Extra pulp. At the very least, some pulp. So yeah, pulpy orange juice,
The ones that get between your teeth.
Miller High Life.
Wow.
That is specific. It
The
can't be.
champagne of beers.
It can't be any cheap beer. It has to be Miller High Life. Touch of gin.
Touch of gin. Okay, wow.
Touch of gin.
Right.
That's just like a dash. Raw egg.
Specify on the raw.
Well, you're not going to mix scrambled eggs.
Yeah, you don't
in there.
mix scrambled eggs. Yeah, or a hard boiled. That's not how you make it.
If you
That's,
start,
that's
if you,
disgusting.
if you start cooking your egg, you have failed.
Garnish it with a cheese stick.
What kind of cheese?
I don't think it
Cheddar?
matters. Cheddar.
Cheddar.
It has to be puke yellow.
Well, preferably puke yellow, but if it's just like a white cheddar or something, like,
Yeah.
you're fine. Just any cheap string cheese.
Right.
What the fuck is knocking on our wall?
I have no idea. Probably the next door neighbors.
Welcome
on
to
the
New
other
York.
building.
I think they want a Messie Jessie. They heard the ingredients and they're like, I'm intrigued.
They want a party.
Welcome to New York City.
So, is that it? I feel like there was also like whole milk.
No.
No,
That was it.
No
That was it.
So
Okay.
The
so
whole milk is a different thing.
So the cheese stick is the garnish, like
That's
the
a
celery
garnish.
and a Bloody
Yeah.
Mary.
Exactly. We also discussed variations on the garnish. So if you don't have a cheese stick, another thing you can do that we talked about was you take the cheese dust for Kraft mac and cheese, and that's the rim, and that's the rim of your glass.
What do you use to is it probably just water, right? Like water would do it, but it wouldn't be as powdery. You need like simple syrup or something
Yeah.
to get.
Well, normally
Well, yeah,
you
other
do
than-
it with either lime juice or simple syrup when you
Yeah.
want to create the rim.
Yeah, but with sugar like that, lime juice won't dissolve it. The Kraft mac and
Yeah.
cheese.
So
cheese
you'll
will
probably
dissolve,
you want it with simple syrup probably.
Yeah.
Now, what type of glass do you serve it in?
I was saying, since the Messie Jessie is all about excess,
Yes.
the 16-ounce beer glass. It gets served in the 16-ounce pint glass. Like normally a cocktail highball is the 12-ounce highball.
Well, don't you want the cheese stick to stick out like a celery
Yeah,
stick?
I mean to make it right, I think it needs to be done in the 16-ounce glass.
So, is there ice in the Messie Jessie?
Yeah, I would say
You can
some.
put ice in there.
I would say yeah, some.
I was gonna think like put it in one of those like coolers that you take to like a tailgate party or like a baseball game.
We initially discussed it, I think, when we were talking about it. It would be served in like a trough. And you go up to it like a pig and you eat it that way.
Slurp it up.
Want the cocktail.
That's ultimately the best way to do it. Okay.
That's the ideal
Or a
way.
trash can.
So-
Or a cauldron.
Okay.
A cauldron of Messie Jessie.
So, one raw egg.
Okay, so
Yes.
to discuss the raw egg aspect, would it be a whole egg? Would it be egg whites?
No. you
Because
need
egg
yolk.
whites are generally a cocktail ingredient.
Right.
For
No,
example,
right.
like you use those in whiskey sours and
Yeah.
stuff. That's a real cocktail ingredient.
No, I'm imagining like the Rocky egg drink. You know, you're just
Okay.
No, but-
cracking the egg
So
open.
do-
just,
no, but
just
you do
straight
want-
yolk is
Yes,
what you're saying. So no
exactly.
white yolk.
I'm saying the whole egg.
You're saying
Yeah,
whole egg?
exactly.
Yeah. You crack the whole egg in, but then you stir it. Like, you gotta stir and incorporate all the ingredients so the egg kind of gets scrambled a little bit as you're stirring it.
Okay,
That's
so-
how I imagine it. But I say you need the yolk. I mean, this is called the Messie Jessie.
Okay.
You need the cholesterol. Like,
Yeah. You
we're
know
not
what,
trying
since-
to cut weight.
Yeah, you know what? Since we decided that it's going to be served in a 16-ounce glass, the full egg,
Full
the
egg.
full egg.
Yes.
So one egg, not
One.
two.
No, just one.
Just one.
one.
Great. Okay.
You don't want to make an omelet.
We don't want to. Yeah.
No,
well,
no.
you
I
don't-
just want to get these exact, just so the people out there know.
Well,
So-
trust me, we want to be able to make it fit in the glass. We don't want.
Yeah.
It's about excess.
Yeah.
But we still want to be able to drink it.
Right.
Exactly.
So one
Okay.
serving
So-
has one egg.
These are the ingredients right now. Old Crow whiskey, preferably Old Crow, but any
Preferably.
cheap American whiskey will do.
Anything in a bottle.
Pulpy orange juice, preferably extra pulp, but as long as there is pulp
Some
in
pulp,
the
yeah.
orange juice. Miller High Life.
One bottle.
No, that's too much. That's at least 12 ounces, right?
No. You just. I would say.
It's gotta be from a tap.
Yeah, we'll get to exactly how much Miller High Life is going to be into it.
Gin.
Touch.
A splash.
Yes.
It's a
So
splash.
that's one of the measurements we have. Just a touch of gin.
Yeah.
Raw egg. Some ice. We'll leave that up to you if you're pouring it or
That
whatever
just
bars.
that's
we
like
serve
really
it.
depends on the bartender or
Yeah.
whoever's making it is how much ice they put in the glass. I think.
And then cheese stick garnish.
Yeah.
or
Sounds good.
or rim or powdered
Or
cheese.
yeah,
rim.
a powdered cheese rim.
We
Or-
also discussed it.
Preferably the garnish, but if you'd prefer to do the rim, me personally, I don't like cheese sticks, so I would probably go for the cheese rim.
But you like raw cheese powder?
Yeah, I mean,
Prefer-
it's like licking
You
Cheeto.
lick it,
It's like
you lick
licking
it,
Cheeto dust,
and
off
then you
your
drink.
finger.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're still in the experimental stage of the Messie Jessie.
Yeah, we still got to make it.
The important thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that if you're 21 or older, if you're of legal drinking age in the United States, where we record this podcast, we want your help to create the Messie Jessie, try it, and then get back to us with the results.
Test it out.
Test it out for yourselves. If you don't like it,
Make your own secret
If
ingredient.
you don't like it,
we'd love to hear your tweaks that you've come up with.
yes, be free. Feel free to experiment with the Messie Jessie. It's a free form cocktail.
Yeah, it's
open
not a strict
to
recipe.
people's interpretation. It's
So-
supposed to be the worst.
But that doesn't mean
another
you
variation.
can't enjoy drinking.
Yeah, another variation that I came up with, based on.
Well, let's get this version,
Okay.
like the exact.
Well, this is just another garnish variation.
Okay.
So this is we call this one the Cody, which is based on the worst person I've ever worked with, ever. I don't give a shit if he's listening to this.
I mean, he's probably not. So
No, he.
Fuck you, Cody.
Is a crystal meth rim.
Jesus Christ. All right, don't write that
I would
down.
like to officially not endorse the crystal meth rim. I would like to go on the record that we do not, as individuals or a channel, support the use of crystal meth.
That's
Do not
like,
write that down.
That's like if you are attempting to. That's like only if you're attempting to hit rock bottom. If you want to see how far you can go, you do that. So anyway, let's get to the exact.
That's a statement from Kyle as an individual, not us as a channel.
Yeah.
Officially, this channel does not.
Please
endorse
don't do
crystal
meth.
Okay, so
I do not endorse meth, amphetamine. I don't think you should do it.
So the ingredients, I think the pulpy orange juice. Excuse me.
Juice?
Yeah, I pronounce things fucked up. I'm very sensitive about it. Thank you, John.
You're welcome. I'm always here.
So I think the orange juice should be the base, really.
So
Like everything kind of plays off of
The main
orange
mixer.
juice. Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think that should be, of the 16 ounces, I should think that should be like 8 ounces.
what I was thinking is you mix the whiskey, the orange juice, the gin, and I guess the raw egg together, strain that into the glass, the 16-ounce glass, and then top it off with Miller High Life.
Will the egg react well to being strained, or will it just like kind of hang?
Well,
off
by
the
that
strain?
point, you would have either shaken it or stirred it. However, so it would have
would've
theoretically
thinned out.
mixed in with all the other ingredients.
Okay.
Right.
So it's like you have to. So that should equal, those three should equal like roughly half to 2/3 of the cocktail, and then
So
you
that's
top
like
it
12.
off
So that's like 12 ounces right there.
minus ice. So it's
Okay.
like
So
so
all right,
it's
so
like
a raw egg.
we'll
How
say
much
that
does one egg weigh?
we'll,
Like,
we'll
what would you
say
like,
we'll
2
say
ounces?
that we'll say the egg would be
know.
roughly like 1 ounce.
Okay.
That total out to
1
1 ounce.
So let's do like equal parts whiskey and orange juice is what you're saying.
I would say like 2 ounces whiskey, 2 ounces orange juice,
Okay.
and then like the gin would be like a half ounce roughly, and then the egg would be the rest, right?
Right.
And then the high life would complete.
You would top it off with that, I think.
Okay. I'm a little worried that because of the density of the mixture and then the high life would just
Sit on top.
sit on top.
It's a fair concern. I mean,
You stir it in, you know.
No, but if you're topping it off, that kind of defeats the purpose of topping it
Yeah.
off with the high life, though.
yeah.
True.
The thing is like generally beer cocktails, that's how they're done, I think. Is they're usually topped off. It's not like they make like a measurement of the beer in it. Mm-hmm. So either you would top it off. So you could try it with the beer like measurement in, and then top it off with the OJ, or I think one of them should be like you mix the rest, strain them, and then top it off with one.
I
And
think
the
top
Miller
it off
High
with
Life,
the High Life
made sense.
Yeah, because you definitely don't want just like a bunch of pulp sitting at the top of the glass.
Yes,
You
exactly.
want all that
Yeah.
incorporated.
You want
Okay.
the mix.
Okay. So, all right, I'm gonna write top off for the high life.
Actually, I say 1.5 ounces of the whiskey, and then like maybe 3 of the OJ,
Okay.
Yeah,
See,
right?
now we're
Yeah.
getting somewhere.
right?
3 of
And
the
then
OJ.
like
And then
because
One
you're
medium
rare.
you're also getting the gin and the Miller High Life,
and the egg.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
talking about alcohol. Alcohol wise,
Yeah.
you're also getting gin, like the touch of gin, and
Well, I hope this is not their first drink of the night. I hope like they make it after,
You're probably
downing down.
You're probably better off if it is, because there's a good chance you will not feel well.
There's a good
so
chance-
you're gonna want as little amount of other booze in your stomach as possible.
I mean, if you need
good chance
to
you're
puke,
gonna throw up. Yeah, keep a bucket nearby.
if you need to puke at the end of the night after coming home from a bar, make a Messie Jessie, and then that'll surely make
I
you
would
puke.
say I would not suggest making this before you go to a bar.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I would not suggest making this if you plan on leaving your house.
I would say if you
Or
do
your
have
backyard.
it, give it like an hour without drinking anything else, and then eat like 5 mints. Then, if you're feeling up to it, go out.
Yes.
Okay, so we got 1.5 ounces of Old Crow whiskey, 3 ounces of pulpy orange juice, touch of gin, so like a half ounce of gin, a raw egg, and then how much High Life are we talking here? I would say probably
roughly
about
like
equal of the orange
it would be
juice.
roughly like
Just keep an eye on it.
4 ounces probably.
Yeah, like
Like
3-4
you're
ounces.
just topping off
Right.
the drink.
All right.
Okay.
So it's like roughly between like 3 and 6 ounces, depending on like
How much ice?
how much you
basically.
ice make it, so on. So
mean,
actually considering that maybe the cheese rim is a better garnish than the stick.
Yeah, because I just think the glass
Like, the
would
more-
be too
yeah,
tall
yeah.
if it's a 16
At just
ounce
some-
glass.
Plus-
Plus
some point
like
you
with
start using
everything,
your
plus
eye
with like
for
everything
measurements.
else in it, it's just like
What are you gonna eat the cheese?
Yeah, it's. I
Hey,
think.
man,
you
it's
know,
a drink and
yeah,
dinner.
after discussing this, I think the cheese rim is the better way to go.
Yes.
But what
Right.
we really want, ladies and gentlemen, is for you to tell us what is
It's
better,
feedback.
the cheese stick garnish or the cheese rim.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to say is that eventually we will be following this up with a video where I volunteer to make this and drink it.
Yes, he volunteered.
I volunteer
didn't.
because this is
I'm not fucking having fun.
this is something. This is
I'm
my
scared.
this is my creation. I have to know how it. I need to follow through to the end, and I want you to enjoy it at my expense.
Can I make a bet that
That I
you
will
have
throw
to?
up.
Yeah, but you have to drink the whole thing.
Well, I will drink the whole thing.
I'm not taking that bet because I think he is gonna throw up.
I'm not taking that bet because I think I'm going to throw up.
All right, 20 bucks says he doesn't throw up. I'll be on the other side.
What time limit?
Huh?
Is there like a time limit? Like
I think he should take
like
his
he
time.
can keep it down
Yeah.
for like 10 minutes.
We'll do
Yeah.
a time lapse video
Yeah,
of me drinking the Messie
because
Jessie.
it might take you an hour to drink it.
It's a heavy cocktail.
Oh, and we'll be watching every second, making sure.
So
Make sure
we
you
think the
don't
best
throw
way to do it is the cheese rim. Although we can, when we make this video, we could attempt both.
I'm gonna leave that up to you, Kyle, because you're the one actually making it.
Putting
first of
myself
all.
on the line.
Sacrificing like your
I
body.
want it to be clear that we're not forcing him into any of this.
He wanted to do this.
I really kind of do. Like
I
I
want to go
said,
through with it.
this is my creation. I want to follow through to the end.
It's like Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster.
I was gonna say
Just
we
like-
should structure the video like Frankenstein.
It's alive.
It's my creation. I
The
have
Messie
to
Jessie
kill
very
him.
well might be alive when I finish it.
I do though. If we are gonna,
Rises from the cauldron.
Yeah, right.
if we are gonna actually bet on this, whether Kyle throws up or not, we need like parameters, like how long he has to drink it. First of all,
Right.
because it like if he can't finish it, then betting that he's gonna throw up, I'd say wins. Betting that he's not gonna throw up
Right.
means you're betting that he's not gonna throw up after he has drank the entire thing.
I haven't seen Kyle chug anything, so
I'm not going to chug it.
So I'm going.
No,
to
we'll give him like 5 minutes to drink one cocktail.
No,
I'm not going to fucking do that.
I'm gonna
not doing
give him.
that
I'm
with
gonna
you.
give him like 20 minutes.
Give me like a solid half hour.
Okay,
Half
half
hour?
hour.
Okay.
And then, but once the cocktail is done,
Mm-hmm.
then you have,
Say 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say another half hour to not.
Okay, half hour.
Half
yeah.
hour. So
We'll give
an hour.
some leeway. Yeah, a full hour to finish it,
Right.
and then
Well, a
throw
full
up.
half hour.
Yeah.
No, full half hour.
we're gonna
It's
make
like- it's like Law and Order.
No. The whole
Half
process
hour
will be done in
drinking.
1 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should just like make a full on documentary about this. My road to the Messie Jessie.
We also need to make a rule book alongside the recipe.
My road to the Messie Jessie.
What
my
have
journey-
I done with
my
my life?
journey.
You overcame
My
such
journey.
adversity to finally accomplish your dreams.
When you do this,
I win it,
you have
Oscar.
peaked.
I go up. It's like I had a dream, ladies and gentlemen, to make the worst cocktail ever imaginable, and I did it.
And I drank it. I drank it all up.
If you
did it all.
say you had a dream, then you have to do your speech like Martin Luther King Jr.
About the Messie Jessie.
Like you have to say it in the same cadence.
Right.
the
I'll
same
study that
tone,
speech and then just.
And you need to wear a
Just-
suit.
it's
You
like-
have to wear a suit.
It's like
first.
Mad Libs. Just insert Messie Jessie in every other word.
This cocktail's growing on me.
It is.
The martinis.
I mean,
I
I
don't
ate
mind
all
it.
my olives, but you know, it's
Once
pretty
the
good.
olive flavor like sits in, then it like it adds to it.
Good job, Kyle.
Thank you.
You make a good martini.
Well, as good I don't know.
Says none of us as martini connoisseurs.
I was just trying
As,
to be nice.
as our first martinis ever, each.
All right.
Any other comments on
yeah.
the Messie Jessie?
Yeah, is the recipe all set?
Oh, we have to decide if it's shaken or stirred.
Shaken.
Shaken?
Shaken,
I think shake it.
100%.
Yeah, you have to break
It
it up.
has to
Shake
be.
it.
It's called a messy. Stirring is too clean.
I mean, you have to shake
Yeah.
because of the egg.
yeah,
well,
the egg doesn't necessarily have to be perfectly beaten.
No, you just
So
crack
that's why-
it.
that's
No,
why
you just
shaking-
crack it and drop it in.
No,
But,
exactly.
like, yeah.
So shaking it, there'll still be like clumps of yolk with clumps of white.
Right.
Okay.
And I think that really goes with the aesthetic
Okay.
that we're
Alright.
trying to go for.
And do you shake it with ice? Because that's normally how you make cocktails. Because you shake it to chill
no, I
it.
think you pour it over ice.
Well, I mean, you do both normally with a cocktail. So it's like
Then
you
you do
shake
both.
it to chill the
No.
drink, and then you pour it over.
No ice during
No
the shake.
ice.
You just pour it over
Alright.
and that's it.
Yeah, I mean there might not be enough room. Well, we'll see.
Keep in mind, this is a gross drink.
Kyle's getting
So
nervous
if
right
it's
now.
warm, if it's like warm egg and warm OJ, that
I think
That's
I think
not the worst
we'll,
thing for
we'll
this
figure
beverage.
we'll figure out how to properly how to properly shake the Messie Jessie when the time comes.
So I'm excited for Kyle to drink this. Are you, Everett?
oh yeah.
I think he's nervous now.
I am a
think
little
he's
bit.
very
I didn't realize
nervous.
the stakes.
Well, now
I
you're
didn't
gonna
realize
have to
the
do it.
stakes were so high, but now I've said it. I'll have to do it.
Yes.
I don't know when this video will come out, but rest assured, it will.
When you recover.
I promise that I will make this Messie Jessie video for you all to enjoy.
If we can get 5 shares on this podcast,
Spread the word.
then we will do this within the next month.
Yeah, I would say.
In the month of April, if we can get 5
I say, yeah, I think we can.
shares on this podcast, excited for the Messie Jendelson,
Yes.
then
I think we could at least shoot it by the end of April.
Definitely.
absolutely.
We could shoot the
can definitely do
actual
that.
me drinking it, and then if we want to add anything else to fluff up our invented cocktail, then we'll add those on later.
Right.
But I think we can definitely shoot it by the end of April.
If
It's
you
a
guys
deal.
have any suggestions for what else you would like in the Messie
For what you would
Jessie
like to
video,
see.
please let us know. Like, share, hit us with a subscribe.
Comment.
Comment below and let us know. Thank you all, and I hope you're excited, because we are certainly excited for your feedback.